Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to discuss about row level security. So there are basically two levels of security in Power BI. One is static row level security and the other one is dynamic row level security. So in this video we're going to demonstrate both static and dynamic. So first we'll start off with static row level security. This is an example dashboard with some raw data that we have, like the sales data, as you can see here. So using this data, we're going to implement the static row level security. So, so basically, static row level security is something like, say for example, if you wanted to implement a security, let's say you have built a report and you wanted to implement a security based upon their role. Like so if your manager is opening the same report, you must be seeing a data which is more on the higher level. I mean, you should have access to all the data, and maybe if somebody lower role, like let's say a lead or an associate, like depending on the role, the data access should be different. Like so, that kind of security can be applied. So here in this example, we are trying to take some different region based, or you can say region or territory. We'll pick up a territory name. So basically we have four different territories here. So let's assume we have different folks sitting in different regions across the world. And let's say if somebody from Japan is opening the report, they should be able to see only the Japan related data. And somebody sitting on North America is opening the report, they should be able to see only the North America related data. So that can be automatically set using RLS. So whenever the user is opening the report on the Power BI service, this should be taken care. So now we are going to implement that. So in order to implement that, so this is a built report and a normal report. Now we are going to implement row level security on top of this report. So for implementing a row level security, first you need to go to modeling. Under modeling, you can see there is something called as manage roles. Okay, so actually I have created these roles earlier. So let me delete and recreate again so that you won't be confused. So let's assume we do not have any rules. Okay, I'm going to recreate it. Okay, so this will be the screen that you'll be able to see it. So you can click on new role and give it a name. Let's say I'm going to say Japan role. So I wanted to first restrict the Japan, like wanted to give a role for the people of Japan. So I can select this table and click on these three dots, and you can see things not showing up. Okay, copy table filter from. Okay, let me click on new. I think this is not coming up earlier. This window I think has changed recently, but fine. We can click on this new button here, and this is showing up all the columns up there. So I can filter the column directly from here. So I wanted to put a filter on territory because I'm wanted to put a pro level security on different territories. We have four different territories. So I'm interested in Japan first because of the Japan role. So I can select Japan and save it. Okay, so you can also see the same code in DAX editor. You can click on switch to DAX editor and you can see same code is showing up. Territory is equal to Japan. So earlier this option was not there to switch between two views, so we used to write it like this, but yeah, now a lot of changes are coming up in Power BI. So let me switch to default. I can also click on tick mark and see verified. So it's already perfect, and we have created one role, and at the same time I wanted to create another role. Let's say we'll create another role for North America. Okay, so again I want to click on this and go to your territory and equals and give the option. So the value was NA, right, in the data, so I'm giving the NA. So let me save. So right now we have created two different roles, and we can close this view. So before even you publish this report to Power BI service, you can test this report if it is working fine or not. So for that you can click on view as. Just beside this manage roles, you have something called as view as. So when you click on view as, you will be able to see the two roles that you have created. So I wanted to make sure Japan role is created, and I want to test it. So if a Japan person from Japan is seeing this report, the data will show up like this. Okay. So when you open this report on the cloud, like Power BI service, automatically this report will be filtered on the backend. And if a person from North America is viewing this, this is how the report will show up. So we have tested it, it's working fine, and all we have to do is we have to publish it and do further steps that are required to implement complete row level security. So I'm going to save this report, okay, which is static row level security, and I'm going to publish to the cloud to the Power BI service. So this is the user me@santoshpothak.com. I'm the one who is publishing to this demo RLS workspace, and this is the workspace. We do not have any other report other than DAX decoded. So let me publish this Power BI desktop file. So click on this publish, and I'm going to publish to this demo row level security workspace, RLS workspace. So once it is done, you should be able to see there the report. So just wait for a few seconds. Okay, as you can see, this is coming up here. Now to complete this next steps, you can go to this semantic model and click on security. So once you click on security, you'll be see those two roles that we just created, right? So one is Japan, one is North America. So now the next step is you need to assign people to these roles. Let's say there is a person called Pradeep. Let's assume there's a person called Pradeep who is working from Japan, and I wanted to restrict the data for him so that I can add that person name to Japan role. I select this Japan role like this, and then search for his name. Is part of your organization, let's say. So there's an user ID called Pradeep. So this is a person. I'm going to add him, and once you add it, this is taken care. You can see save. So once you click on save button, now a member was added to this particular role. So once this is completed, whenever this person is opening the report, he will be automatically seeing Japan data. So the assignment is done. So the next steps, there are a couple of more things that you need to keep in mind. Okay, so let us log in with Pradeep ID. Okay, I'm going to open another Power BI service on incognito mode, in private mode. Okay, I already logged in with Pradeep's ID, and as you can see, let me go to the workspaces. It doesn't have any workspace other than my workspace, and it doesn't have any report shared with him. Okay, it don't have anything there. So now what is the next step, right? The next step is what? You need to share that report with that user. Of course, you have added that user to a specific role on the security level, but you haven't shared a report with him yet, right? So only when you share the report with him, then only you will be able to see that security is applied, right? So here the biggest mistake a lot of people do. So what they do is, I've seen many people doing this mistake. So what they do is, they'll give him the access on the workspace, which should not be done. So we should never give that person access to the workspace. So people give access to the workspace and then they assign him to the role and see nothing is working. Okay, so we should never do this mistake. We should only share this report with him via share option method. So I'm clicking on this share option and selecting that person here. So Pradeep. So as soon as you do this, automatically he'll get an email trigger saying that boss, a report has been shared with you. So we'll also check that. So Outlook 365. So you can see his email address. Like if you could go to the email inbox, right now at this moment you can see it's I think this was something which was done in the morning. But yeah, let's wait for the new email which should be triggered in a minute. So I just did. So sometimes it might take some time. You can see here it says it's sent it. Let me refresh this page. So right now you can see we have only 3 emails from Saturday, but right now we are already transitioned to Sunday, 14 minutes. Let me refresh it again so that you can see the new mail coming up there. Okay, I think it's not coming yet. Oh yeah, it's right there. So it has taken quite some time, but you can see the mail has come. So right now it says Santosh has shared a report with you, so which is static row level security. So when I click on this, open this report, automatically the report gets opened up with the security applied. because I was already the Pradeep was added to that particular Japan role. Yeah. So now we can see here Japan is automatically applied. So this is how the row level security, or especially the static row level security that we just discussed, is done. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let's catch up in the next video.